Turkey bids to join BRICS, which, by the way, kind of weird, right? And NATO and all this stuff, but Turkey bids to join BRICS in push to build alliances beyond West, and that's a Bloomberg story. Turkey has formally applied to join BRICS, with President Erdogan's administration viewing the geopolitical center of gravity as shifting away from the West. The decision is driven by frustrations over Turkey's stalled EU membership bid and strained relations with NATO allies, particularly after maintaining close ties to Russia post-Ukraine invasion. Erdogan stated that Turkey must improve its relations with East and West simultaneously, seeing BRICS membership as a way to boost economic ties with Russia and China and potentially becoming a hub for gas exports between the EU and Asia. Turkey's application follows BRICS' recent expansion, and which added Iran, the UAE, Ethiopia, and Egypt to the list. Vinny, thoughts on the story?
Wait, Pat, which one was this one?
It's Turkey deciding to join BRICS.
Listen, the story that I had was the two Navy guys. Did you see that one? That's the one.
Okay. No, here it says that one. But we can talk about this. Well, Tom, I'll come to you first. So what are your thoughts about this year, them wanting to join BRICS while they're part of NATO?
Number one, they have always been kind of the back of the line with NATO, except one thing. They get tons of money and arms from the U.S. because we've got some big-time strategic bases there. You look where Turkey is in the world, we've got some very strategic bases there, number one. But on the other hand, they have been dying to get into EU for economic reasons. Because remember, EU has two sides to it. You basically have Germany and France, large, powerful economies, and everybody else getting subsidized. And that's why you'll hear the Germans always getting upset. If you put one more, second-rate country in here and I have to do the welfare program for it, I'm going to kill somebody. And so that's where Germany is, that the EU is not worked out for Germany because they've been footing the bill for these other countries. Well, Turkey has got a labor base and it's got things, but it's not exactly a manufacturing power like Germany or France. So the people in the EU have been, maybe Turkey, you stay outside the velvet rope. We want to trade with you. We'll have treaties with you, but we're not sure you're going to come in here and get the EU currency and everything that goes with it. And they're sitting there, well, this is really pissing me off. I really, I want some friends. Well, Brazil, Russia, China, India, they are looking around for friends and they've got energy, they have trading partners. And so they're like, all right, I'll still be NATO, but maybe I'm going to go talk to the BRICS people who want to play nice economy games with me. I think it's that simple. And then all the subtext in there about who's got NATO bases, United States, but you still get money from the United States. I think that's what's going on. And it's got everybody thinking, maybe we got to do something on this EU thing because we don't want them walking down the street too much. And so it's kind of a little bit of a pretzel in the middle of this, but it's significant because of where they're located.
Look, Turkey is one of the most important regions and arguably countries in the world just because of the way they're positioned and who they are. Culturally, politically, diplomatically, they're called what? The gateway to Europe. So they're the one country, massive country, by the way. I think they have the most powerful military, possibly even economy in the Middle East. They're a major player. Now, if you go to, just look at Ukraine. There's parts of, far eastern Ukraine that identify more with Russia. Then there's the western Ukraine identifies more with Europe. Well, that's amplified even more in Turkey because Turkey, Istanbul, which was formerly Constantinople, a massive, part of the Ottoman Empire. What is that border? That borders what? Bulgaria, Romania. It's Europe. It's Europe. So then you have Ankara, which I believe is the capital. Fact check me. Ankara is more Muslim. It's right next to Syria, which is right next to Armenia and Azerbaijan and everything that on there. Look, the thing with Turkey is, are they a friend? Are they a foe? Are they a partner? Are they an enemy? It really all depends on who you ask and what the issue is. This BRICS situation is not good. You think we need more massive countries aligning against the U.S. dollar and the U.S. hegemony? No. But at the same time, do we need them to defeat terrorism and help with NATO? I think they weren't one of the first countries that joined NATO in 47 or 48. I think they joined in 52. We don't need them. We don't need them cozying up to the Russias of the world or the Chinas of the world or certainly the Irans of the world. You know, the president of Turkey, give me his name again one more time.
Erdogan.
Erdogan, you know, not exactly a fan of U.S.-Israel diplomatic relations. Yes, Erdogan, he's veering towards the side of authoritarian, it would seem. He's also very pro-Islam. I mean, that's his thing. But what I would say is take your alignment and relationships where you can get it, and agree on what you can agree upon, because it's never going to be 100% with this country, and respectfully disagree and push back where you need to push back. But this is a country, bottom line, with a lot of ugly past. We know what happened with the Armenian genocide, straight up. It was Joe Biden that I believe recognized it for the first time. Assyrians, I learned that, you know, they were kind of part of that whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
World War I. Very ugly history, this Ottoman Empire. And then after the Ottoman Empire, how the Middle East sort of got carved up by Britain, France, everything there. They're a major player. They shouldn't be discounted, but proceed with caution with this country.
Can you mind, Pat? So, by the way, you nailed it. There are NATO ally, correct? Monday, 2 U.S. service members were attacked in Turkey by a group of anti-American protesters during a violent interaction caught on camera. Rob has it. The man was identified as a serviceman from the USS Wasp. They just docked in Turkey, and the incident occurred in the Turkish port city of Izmir. 5 of his other soldiers had to jump in and say, like, look at this guy. This guy just shopping in the town, and then he gets caught up by some guys from Turkey. Look, has no idea what's... By the way, look, and they're chanting, Yankee go home. Yankee go home, and then that's his other Navy partner coming in to get involved. And it's like, bro, what kind, like, that is happening in the streets of Turkey to our soldiers. That's absolutely ridiculous. And that's not the first time it happened. In 2014, 3 U.S. Navy soldiers from the USS Ross were attacked by the youth union members, also chanting Yankee go home. Pat, it seems as if the sentiment towards us is not a positive one, and they don't like us. Why are we even going over there?
Well, I mean, maybe that's why they're... I mean, you have to realize the last year has changed a lot, increased emotions a lot, temperature a lot, revealed a lot of people's motives, anger that people have been sitting on for a long time, some purely driven by emotion, some driven by years of hostility and hate towards a community that's now being public. And by the way, I'm convinced, Tom, I don't know if you agree with this or not, that 90% of the hate and stuff that's being said from both sides, you know, Palestine, Muslims, Israel, Jews, those 90% are following the 10% of true believers who they're just getting caught up. They're like, so do you know what it means, you know, river, you know, do you know what it means when there's, do you know what they, no, do you know what the capital, no, do you know what, do you know, so why are we here? Honestly, I don't know why I'm here. So a lot of people are just following it, but some of them are truly going through it. So Turkey and Israel, they typically had a good relationship together. It's not improved in the last 12 months. They don't have the best relationship that they once had together. So he has to sit there and say, where am I going to be welcome? Selfishly, what's Erdogan's job? His job is to defend his beliefs, which is what? He's a Muslim. He's the leader of Turkey. That's what his responsibility is. His responsibility isn't you or I or, you know, whatever anybody else thinks about it. His responsibility is, what do his people want him to do? What's best for Turkey? What's best for his people? That's how he's processing that decision. And maybe if he's going to be more welcomed in BRICS by who? Russia? By Iran? By China? Yeah, I'm going to a party that I'm welcome. You ever been to a party where you're not welcomed? How do you feel when you go to that party?
Awkward, not want to leave.
How bad is it when you go there? It's like everybody kind of gives you the look, whatever, he's here, right? How does it feel when you go to a party when you're welcome? How comfortable are you? How content are you? How, like, you go on a vacation with somebody, you're like, man, I freaking really enjoy my time. I just feel welcome. And then you go to one, you're like, oh, these people are snobby and they think they're better than me and all this. I'm not never going on vacation with you guys ever again. That's how Erdogan is feeling right now. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means he sees that as a bigger opportunity for him than NATO. Because who is the enemy of NATO?
Russia.
Why was NATO created? Purely for one country. Okay, it's who?
Soviet.
The Soviet Union. So why am I with NATO when the origins of NATO is hate towards Russia, while Russia is actually being a good ally to me? The hell with NATO. I'm going to leave. So that's how I see that he's processing it.
They also, they also have a little bit of sort of bipolarism as a country and sort of imposter syndrome, because think about it. You know, the whole phrase, like, if you're the smartest in the room or the richest in the room, you got to find a better room. So what happens is, and this is not my opinion, this is sort of what I've been told by friends who have spent time in Turkey, journalists, what have you. They go, look, you know, when they compare themselves to the Arab world, they actually are like, we're number one. We're the best country around. They're sort of elitist. Don't compare me to Iran or Saudi. We're better than them.
But they are, though.
Right. So in their mind,
in
right?
the Middle East,
yes,
best military,
yes,
best economy.
Of course.
So they are saying the truth.
There's reason to believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, so that's when they look east. But when they look west, they're like, oh, there's the UK, there's Germany, there's France. Our GDP doesn't compare to these guys. They're marginalized and they don't feel as powerful. So you're going to have this, you know how, Pat, you do this thing with me sometimes? You can go this way, you can go this way.
Yeah.
That's literally what Turkey's going through right now. They're being pulled to the east. They're being pulled to the west. Do you want to be the best country in a basket of not so great situations, or the fourth best country in a way better situation in the EU? I would hope that they come towards our direction, but we're not going to be 100% with a country like this.
One thing to know, the debate is officially happening. Next is a Tuesday night, Rob. So we're doing, right after the Vol Conference, I'm going to be at the Vol Conference this weekend at Palm Beach Convention Center. Bunch of people will be there. Thousands of people are coming from around the world. Cannot wait to see all of you guys. However, next Tuesday night, we will do a live Trump-Harris debate reaction with a live audience. But just like last time, we don't sell the full room because our employees like to come. We're only selling the first 50 tickets that buy. We will still do the VIP. We'll still go afterwards, have the cigar, the conversations. We're going to do that part. That's the QR code. Go get registered. The first 50 that buy tickets will be invited to be with us next Tuesday. Rob, what time is is it going to be a 6 to 11 type of situation that we're doing?
Yes, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And, of course, we'll do the cigars right after the debate's over with. And there's a lot of craziness going on here, but especially with everything going on right now, if you're following this will be the first debate they're having. Come join us. We'll have a good time together, as well as potentially for the VIPs, we'll do cigars and conversations afterwards.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.